Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Aviassembly. Today's beverage is a very refreshing, slightly sparkling apple juice. Slightly sparkling, it does say that on the bottle, however, I just think there was a bit of a mix-up at the factory. Either way, welcome back to Aviassembly, and previously we were in this almost cargo shuttle, as I've nicknamed it, and we were carrying around cargo on the deep desert here, and got a couple of deliveries off, including some ice, which I was running out of fuel, decided that I wasn't going to land at the research facility, instead headed over to, I think it was the mine, and then realised I actually needed to be over at the research centre. So yeah, we did a bit of a backtrack and we got there and we've delivered all of that. So we're going to continue on with deliveries here. I was going to jump in the fast plane and try do the syringes and the chemicals. However, we've still got a lot of jobs to do in this one, and I do feel like basically we're going to have to sort of do a bit of a redesign with the fast plane. It's going to need to be even faster. Obviously, we've spoken several times about going electric as well, and we will have a look at that before the end of the series, but there's still just, this is just a workhorse. We need to just get this thing done. So over to the inventory, I'm going to clear all of the ice. There's no point in taking any of that one. You've got chemicals and syringes here, but it's got timers and it's fragile, and it's basically there's no point in even trying to load this thing up. And well, we need to take some titanium from the mine over to here, as well as 5 chips. Chips, I believe, are at the advanced fab at the top there, which is delivered titanium and chemicals and all sorts. So yeah, let's just crack on with this one, and we will take off and do a bit of a turnaround and head over to the mine over here and bird strike. Maybe not, let's do that. I could put the gear up, but there's no real point. We don't have any great need to do that one. This thing is it's still actually pretty quick for what it is, for how big it is. I mean, I think it can carry like 300 in total, so it's quite good for what it is. And also, yeah, it can slow down very nicely as well. I really wish I'd unlocked the sort of parachute, not the parachute, it is a parachute, yeah, the parachute, before, the last couple of episodes. Anyway, let's just go to reset at this airport, and I need to pick up titanium. Right, what can I do actually? Let's load cargo and go to titanium in one, and I'm going to load two of those, and that is max that this plane can carry. And the reason I'm loading 2 is one needs to go over to the place where we just were, and this is not going to take off, is it? It's not. It's trying to. It is trying. You see, it's nose up, nose up, nose up, and yes, we are off the ground here. Okay. I don't really like it again. I've mentioned it before, but this always reset, and okay, I'm going in the wrong direction. That was very close. Yeah, so I've loaded up the titanium, 2 titanium, because I need to take 1 titanium over to the chip plant, which is up north. So I might as well try take 2 now, but obviously it's pretty much at its absolute max capacity. Speaking of capacity, our capacity for fuel is is going up as well. Capacity is going up, fuel is going down, and well, let's see how we get on. It feels like we're going to be aligned quite nicely with this place here. Yeah, we are not too bad. I'm just going to reduce throttle a little bit, and then I will lower the gear. That'll obviously increase the drag slightly, which will again slow us down. And look at the titanium. One of the things it's not known for is being fragile, so I can just get this thing down, and there we go. Get a bit of reverse on that one, and yeah, there we go. Thank you for the titanium. Here are 225 coins for the effort. There we go. That takes to 1,197 coins. Load cargo. No, we don't need load cargo, just a bit of a refuel. It's saying upgrade at the plane at the base. Yes, we could probably do that, but I'm not going to do that for now. It says collect chips at the advanced factory, so we're going to turn around and head over here. I should probably gear up on this one. And yes, heading over here. There's still several. There's on a bit of scrap on top of a cactus there, and I didn't pick it up. I'm actually not too sure. There was. Oh no, I think it might just be flowers. It's just flowering flowers. Okay, fair enough. I was going to say why would be the latter? Although there is some scrap over here, so we'll grab that. Yeah, there's still bits we need to unlock. There's still parts we need to unlock and such. And I did say, and have said several times now, that we are going to go and try electric at some point. But that's going to be more of a future us problem. In the distance, I'm looking on the right. I can see the broken reactor. Broken being, Yeah, probably quite a subtle term. Thank you for the delivery. Here are 149 coins for the effort. I'm going to need 2 more titanium. So we know that this thing can get off the ground and get to where it needs to go. Let me just go ahead and double check the distance. So we went from the mine to the advanced research station, and we got there with a little bit of fuel to spare, and the distance between the advanced factory and the mine is actually shorter, so that's fine. Let me go ahead and reset and repair at this airport. I don't know, we've had a couple of basically problems when we've went back to repair and not repair to upgrade, and it's taken all the way back here to Baker Fields instead of bringing us to Sandridge. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So we need to take I believe it's 5 in total. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, it's deliver 5 chips. Now load cargo, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, and that's all I can load. So let's see, and I believe that that cargo said fragile there, so we're gonna have to, well, make a minimum of two deliveries. These things are not that heavy, but they seem to be quite bulky. I don't associate chips with either of those things, but it's just that the game's thrown at us. So we will continue on. This desert here is... we haven't really been this way for, well, for a while. So let me just slow it right down, and we're already here. Yeah, you can see the difference in speed when we've not got two units of titanium on the plane there, and that is pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Thank you for the delivery. Here are 307 coins, and they only need 2 more chips, and then this thing, I was going to say it might be completed, but I'm not too sure if that is the case. It might not be. Let me just go to reset and repair at this airport, and that's actually turned us around to the right orientation, so that's all good. So gear up, nose up, and not in that order. We'll head over to, again, the chip factory. I'll probably take 3 with me again, just because I believe it is fragile. Let me check my readout here. It is chips. Yes, they are fragile, so have to be wary of that one. I'm going to come at a weird angle here, but it doesn't matter because we're just going to reset and spin it round. And let's just bring it down gently, 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 and we'll have to unbend the undercarriage after that one, I think, and we'll reset at this, and then once again load cargo 1, 2, 3, and then we will head off to the 6 distance over to the right. Let's just slew to the right. I don't often do that, and I should probably do it more. I normally just do that and, like I say, pull up instead of using the tail things. Yeah. I know there's been a couple of people commenting on the design and how we're using parts in weird ways. Yeah, that is true. Definitely not claiming to be any sort of designer of aviation material or vehicles, but yeah, I just know if it works, it works. If it's stupid but it works, it might not be stupid. Anyway, that has been dropped off, and thank you for the chips. Here are 423 coins for the effort. That's taken us over 2,000 maybe. Yeah, 2,076. And thank you for the supplies here. 60 scraps for the effort as well, taking us to a nice round number of 125. And then we've also got some electrical components as well. And this place is now completed, I believe. Let me have a quick look. We're going to go up here, and yes, the advanced research station is now completed. Obviously we still need to come back here to take stuff from it, so we'll get on with that one. We need to bring chemicals over to the water treatment plant. We also need water at the mine as well as fish. I have no idea how I'm going to do that one. Water at the explosion site, and we've got water and it's basically water and titanium, isn't it? It's going to be a full-on one there. Let's go back to the base. Hopefully it's not going to reset us back to the very beginning, and it has not. That's good. Over to research then. So previously I did unlock the big electric engine. We've also got the Delta wings, which have... what wing are we currently using? I think we're using the big wing, which is lift 90, whereas the Delta wings have very little lift, but they're also exceptionally light, so it's 5.5 as opposed to 0.3. Wow. And they are over twice the strength, but don't carry fuel. So basically, oh, look at that Delta wing, that's a strength of 50. Yeah, so they're all pretty good. We do have some external fuel tanks, and I would like to pick up another cockpit perhaps. It's the same weight as the current one we're using, but it also just holds more. I don't think we need we don't need yet the retractable wheel, but I do think we'll end up needing these things here. So that is batteries. We'll get all the batteries there, and we've got, what's that one? What is that one? It's a rotation joint. We don't need that one. Yeah, I've got some solar panels and turbines, and I might be able to make it so we can basically have it, you know, travel indefinitely. There's light wheels. There's all of these other cockpits. That's more of a like a jet one there. Weight is 0.5 and cargo 30, so it's more about the speed, and it's very aerodynamic. So yeah, that'll be pretty good. Let me go ahead and unlock all of them. They're only it's only 5 across the way, so that's 15 spent there. Anyway, I don't know if we need anything from here, but I do need to go over to the water treatment plant, so let's just crack on with that one. We'll head over and we'll gear up and yeah, head over to the water treatment plant. So it is a little bit on this way. Yeah, we've been over this way before. In the fast plane we were sort of unlocking all of these places first, so gear down, and can't really see. Oh, hang on, wait, that's going to be a bit of a problem. It's going to be a bit of a short landing here, and oh yeah, that's a bit of a crunch, so we'll reset at this location. Now, water. What do I need? I need obviously water. That we've already discussed that. It's at the mine. It's 15 water. So how much water can I load? I can actually load 15 on the nose, and you know what? I'm probably going to not load any more because the plane was starting to sag in the middle there. And yeah, I don't mind coming back to get some more. So just a short throw here for the water. So that's all fine. That's all right. I don't know if there's any more stuff we need to bring over here, but we'll find out soon enough. So, well, I know it's I think it's chemicals as well here actually at the mine, but we're going to deliver the water and the titanium. In fact, we'll probably do the titanium next. Let me just stop here. There we go. Thanks for the water. Here are 670 coins. Wow, that's pretty good. Collect syringes at the Advanced Research Station. We're not going to be doing that. We are going to reset at this airport. And we need titanium. So titanium is going to be all the way up there, and it's 2 titanium, and we can load that. We have proven that this thing can load and carry the titanium, the 2 units of. It's at absolute max capacity, and we need to obviously give it a little big run up, and it's I was going to say it's not going any further, but that's because I hadn't throttled up to the max for some reason. Ooh, okay then, that happened, right, so the titanium's probably got something to be thanked for, to basically to bulk the hull out and made us extra strong now than the underside of the plane to bounce off the ground and still remain airworthy, although we haven't yet seen an inspector in the game, so there you go. Fuel is all good, so I can gear down and slow down a little bit, although this thing does, with 2 titanium, stall exceptionally easy. Let's just sort of slow down here, and that wasn't actually too bad considering the angle of attack. So thank you for the titanium. Here are 491 coins for the effort. That is now all good. I think we need some more water, and I believe was it 30 water? It was 50 water. Wow, okay. Oh no, there's 30 water here as well. So what I'll do is I will return to base, and we will just head over to the water. Eventually, obviously, we're going to have to go and do the chemicals. I think I did try them before, and it just didn't work. And that was on... It was chemicals or syringes, one of the two. One of them's got a 35-second timer, the other one's got a 30-second timer, and I think I tried the longer one and I didn't make it. So it shows you just how fast the aircraft has to be in order to make that, and one of them is fragile as well, so... Yeah, right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and do a bit of a reset of this airport, and then it was, just to refresh, I believe it was 30, but I'm going to check, it is 30 water, so this thing will carry 30 of that. Whether or not I'll be able to take off is a different matter. It's 88.2, and titanium is 25. Right, so it's a big distance, and it's also the heaviest thing we've ever carried. I'm not hopeful. Oh, hang on. It's Yes, it's off the ground. Okay. That genuinely surprises me. I didn't think we'd get off the ground on this with all of that. Will we get to the destination with good fuel? No. Will we get there with basically fumes? Possibly. Just past halfway. Fuel gauge also just passing halfway. We have obviously an opportunity to glide a little bit. Don't know if you can tell, but this thing is trying to nose down. That's me not pressing any controls. It is just going down. Yeah. Okay. We will make it, but it's not without any level of stress involved. That's for sure. There's the low fuel alarm, and gonna slow, and we're down. Okay. Thank you for the water. Here are 1,250 coins. Wow, that's a good amount of generic units of currency. That's brilliant. Reset the plane back to base. Okay, back over, and it's going to be now water, which is going to be going to here. No, not that one. This one, and oh yeah, flight. Let me just get this in the air and head over to the water plant. That should be alright. Okay, so throttle down, nose down, and yeah, angle of attack is poor, but we've seen how much heavy lifting no reference to the undercarriage, the heavy lifting that this undercarriage can do. Okay, so load cargo. Actually, no, wait, check out the map first. So we are here, and we have to go to the explosion site, 50 water. So we know we can absolutely mash this, and it'll still get to where it needs to go. So that is fine. The last remaining thing you have to carry is radioactive waste, and I believe it is twice as heavy as what we can currently carry, so the plane is going to have to be absolutely massive. But that's a futurist problem. The main one here is to have 2 more deliveries of water. We'll do this run, reset, do another run, that's the water done. I'll have a quick check around the map to see if there's anything else that we need to deliver, that we can deliver with this thing, and then what we're going to have to do is get the fast plane out of storage. And basically, I'm going to have to what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to unlock some jet engines, because there are jet engines in the game. I'm going to clamp them on and see if that does the job, and if that does the job, then, well, that's fine. I don't have to make any major modifications to the aircraft, because it is, I think, still quite a nice chassis. It still works. And that is a cooling tower that I'm about to strike, and that is something else I'm about to strike. Thank you to delivery. Here's 832 coins. They need 20 more water. This is why I was keeping this plane. I did say, let me go back to base. I did say I was going to get the fast plane out of storage potentially and leave this for variation, but it seemed to be a bit of a waste, considering we'd be putting this back in storage, we'd have to get the other one out and modify that and then do that, when this has still got, you know, a lot of jobs still to undertake, which is what it's doing. It's an absolute workhorse. So that's all good. Gear down and head over here, and let's see, it's another 20 water. Yes, and then I'll have a double check to see what else we need. So spin it around. Probably won't need to do a bit of a reset. Load cargo, and it is 20 of 21. Let me clear inventory. Do that again, and I've done it again. I got to the exact amount again. 21, 17, 18, 19, 20. Refuel, and once again we will head. And as I said, I think we'll do a bit of a check to see what the deal is, and I'll put this into, I'll save this up, and we might do a bit of modifications on the other one at the end of the episode, because why not? But that only depends on other things. Syringes and fish. I don't know how I'm going to do that one. Like I say, I think it's going to be a case of getting fast plane, but I don't even know if the plane can handle the speed. Like, the wings might just snap off. So we'll see. But we have got lots of scrap. We have got some electronic components as well. So we should be good on that one. I'm actually going to have a proper approach to this thing, because last time it was a bit of a nightmare trying to go in between cooling towers and a pylon. Yeah, there was a couple of times I was about to strike those things on the left there. That was a bit of a crunch. Thank you for the water. Here are 1,148 coins. Water is a very, very valuable commodity in the desert. Who would have known? Right, okay, so let's just have a quick check. We need to deliver at the top chemicals. We need to deliver at the explosion site syringes, so it's over there. We need to deliver syringes and fish there. That's not going to happen. Radioactive waste, which comes from here, which if we've got a load cargo, we can see is 40 weight, but 600 physical size. So actually, you know what? I probably can carry that now if I was just to increase the size of the fuselage, but I find that radioactive waste to be like the last thing that we do. It feels like it's the last thing that we do. Yeah, so you can't even take it. Expand fuselage for more cargo space. Not going to happen. Let me go ahead and scan around. So syringes and fish, 3 chemicals. So it's basically chemicals, syringes, and fish is what we need. So let me go back to the base, and I'm going to go for edit plane, and I want to get the, I can't remember the name, so it's heavy plane V7, so save, so it's SP underscore heavy plane V7 and save that up, and then I'm going to load up the fast plane, that one there. There we go, so there is fast plane, and I would very much like to change the cockpit to the new one, but that's going to require yeah, I'm going to scrap that, and then I can put on this one maybe. No, that's the problem with that we have. We built it off this one. Can that go there? It can. That just can't shrink down. Is there any point in doing that? What were we using? That one. Weight 0.25, cargo of 10. Weight 0.5. So it's double the weight. Not by much though. And it's increased in cargo size. So you know what? I just don't need that for this thing. This thing is fine like it is here. Let me go to flight and go to research. And I'm going to unlock the jet engine followed by the rocket engine. Am I going to do that? I think I will. Okay. So this is going to be very much an experiment, and yes, I make that clear from the beginning, and we're going to put on a rocket engine, and it's 5,000 to put this thing on, and I like the idea of it just being mounted on the back of that. Actually, yes, we can probably do that. Do I do that, or do I want 2? Oh, of course I want 2. Why would I not want 2? So I'm just going to go to edit and to bringing this down and bring it in, and it already looks absolutely ridiculous, but you know, it's if it works, then there we are. So I'm going to absolutely max this out, and oh my good grief, it just absolutely sends. Right. Right, okay. It's fast. Is it fast enough? I mean, it must be. What speed we were going there was over 700. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to land here. That was actually really good landing. Reset this airport. I'm going to try and deliver something then. So, we are wanting 7 chemicals. Weight is 40. Wow. I can carry 1. Okay. Click, go. And heading over to the plant over here. We are passing 700. Oh my good grief. Slowing down is not a thing. Apparently not. Right. So, we will get there in time. It won't get there intact with that sound. That's got a bit of landing, but let's just try it again. Chemicals. This is going to require some level of skill, which worries me because that is something I lack. But a better angle of attack there. A bit of thought. Oh, look at that. We got loads of time. We can probably double back on ourselves if we really wanted to. Obviously, we can only carry 1. But we've done it. Thanks for delivery. Here's 134 coins. We need 6 more chemicals. Right, that's a lot of legwork, but that's what we'll do next episode. We have our fast plane, is it version 7 now, this thing? All I've basically done is slapped 2 rocket engines on it. But, you know, it does seem to work. It does seem to work. So, yes, I'm going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Aviassembly. You can see how fast does it get back to where it needs to go. Yeah, it's like literally 20 seconds or something. And I'm going to have to, yes, very much work on my approach, speed and vector, because I've been getting a bit lapsidaisical, is that a word now? With the whole, you know, approach and speed, because the heavy plane was just so forgiving. This one is also a bit the same, but yes. Right, next episode, chemicals, and syringes if we can. I don't know whether I make a slight modification in this one and make it so it can carry 2. So I can, it's 61. If I was to make it 80, then... no, if I was to make it 90, I would be able to fit in 3 sets of syringes. Okay. I think I might do that. I might have a look at doing that next episode. Maybe fattening out the fuselage a little bit. See if that works. We know this works. I can save this up. We can bank that. But if we can make it a bit more efficient on ourselves, that obviously would be of some benefit for all involved. That's been a bit of Aviassembly. Next episode, go back to the base, do a save up, a redesign, see if it works. If it does, job done. If not, we can get this back out of storage. Anyway, hope you have enjoyed the episode and the series as it is thus far. As always, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care and generic partings.